AT&T rolls out call context features, with Android users now being able to see why businesses are calling. Microsoft ramps up edge defenses with aggressive Chrome blocking tactics. And a developer creates WikiTok, an algorithm-free alternative to social media scrolling. Welcome to Hashtag Trending. I'm your host, Jim Love. Let's get into it. AT&T is taking aim at robocalls with a new solution that shows users why a business is calling before they pick up the phone. The feature, launched in partnership with TransUnion, builds on their existing branded calling system and could have a huge impact on telemarketing and robocalls. The update expands on AT&T's January 2024 rollout of a business name and logo display, adding specific context so that you can find out what the call is about. It applies standardized explanations like appointment reminder or customer service to incoming calls. And while currently limited to Android devices, the feature works automatically without requiring additional apps or setting changes. iPhone users can only see business logos for now, with no timeline announced for the full feature rollout. It's certainly addressing a key issue. TransUnion's research shows that 73% of people are more likely to answer calls when they can see the caller's identity and logo. This is particularly relevant for sensitive discussions about healthcare, product purchases, and estate planning, where people prefer phone conversations before in-person meetings. The feature launch comes at a strategic time for AT&T, which is working to reclaim its position as America's second-largest wireless carrier after losing ground to T-Mobile in late 2024. It follows other customer-centric initiatives like the AT&T Guarantee, which promises billing credits for network outages. And I just want to know when I can get it in Canada. Microsoft seems to be pulling out all the stops in getting users to stop switching to Google Chrome, but its latest efforts seem to have gone over the edge, pun intended. The tech giant's latest move involves redirecting users searching for edge removal instructions to promotional content instead of actual uninstallation guidance. The strategy extends beyond simple redirection. Microsoft has deployed a system of pop-up warnings that appear when users attempt to download Chrome, specifically highlighting Edge's supposed advantages. These tactics represent an intensification of Microsoft's efforts to maintain its browser market share against Google's dominant Chrome browser. But the aggressive approach has drawn sharp criticism from both users and industry watchers who view these tactics as an intrusion on user choice. The situation echoes the earlier browser wars, raising familiar questions about market competition and user autonomy in the tech sector. Some say this escalation marks a significant shift in how tech giants compete for browser market share, with Microsoft choosing to actively impede user choice rather than letting Edge's features speak for themselves. Others are blunt, calling it a pain in the, In another time, this might have led to a trip to the anti-competition woodshed, but it seems that regulation in the US is taking second place to other issues. If you want to know more about that, check out our sister podcast, Cybersecurity Today. There's a story on government regulation and some of the questions and impediments to it. A New York developer has launched WikiTok, a unique web app that turns Wikipedia into an endless scrollable feed, offering a refreshing break from the algorithm-driven social media. Isaac Gemmell built the project in just 90 minutes using AI assistance to create what he calls an anti-algorithmic browsing experience. The app, which works on both mobile and desktop browsers, serves up random Wikipedia articles, at least the first clips of them, with accompanying images in a TikTok-style vertical scroll format. Unlike traditional social platforms, WikiTok deliberately avoids user tracking or content personalization despite user requests for such features. The project uses React 18, TypeScript, and Tailwind CSS and is openly available on GitHub. For those of you who just want to play, you can access this using a web browser or the mobile app. The mobile app, for iOS at least, is pretty primitive and bare bones, but it's still addictive. I found myself scrolling through, and I had to forcefully remind myself that I had a podcast to put out. But the app, despite its simplicity, does fulfill Jemel's goals. He says, "We're already ruled by ruthless, opaque algorithms in our everyday life. Why can't we just have one little corner in the world without them?" The project emerged from a viral social media thread, with the initial concept proposed by developer Tyler Angert and refined through community discussion. The app has already gained significant traction, drawing the attention for its straightforward approach and content discovery. Supporting 14 languages and offering article sharing capabilities, WikiTok demonstrates how simple technology can create engaging experiences without invasive tracking or algorithmic manipulation. Who'd have thought? And that's our show for today. Love to hear your comments. You can reach me at editorial@technewsday.ca or on LinkedIn, or if you're one of the growing new audience on YouTube, just leave us a comment, maybe a subscribe, or even a like. That's up to you. But whatever, have a marvelous Monday.